Hi Mama, welcome to my channel. My name is Becca Holmes. Today's class is yoga for nausea. So, if you're suffering this fated pregnancy symptom, I am so sorry. I am here feeling that pain with you. It is not a good time. So we're just gonna take just a quick 20 minutes to just rest the digestive system, really focus on our breath and ways that we can just navigate the nausea. We may not be able to get rid of it, but we can rest in it and then just kind of take a minute and pause and slow down and be with our bodies. So that's what I'm here to hopefully help you with today. And I invite you to bring any props you think you might need. For all prenatal, I always recommend having a bolster or pillow, a blanket, and then 2 blocks. On occasion, we'll use a strap, but you won't need that today. Also, for this one, please have a snack nearby. Have your water, maybe some ginger tea, or any other tools that you're using to help you with your nausea. Okay, let's get started. We're gonna begin in an easy seat, and you can prop your seat if you want. So I'm gonna prop with a blanket. Just that way, I'm not really working anywhere. I don't feel any tension or sensation in the hips or anything in this lower region, to be honest. I just want to completely rest. So sit nice and tall, palms rest down. And then begin to focus on your breath. The breath is such an amazing tool all throughout pregnancy and of course during labor and life. But we can really use breath to direct energy and direct oxygen into different places in our body. I always found when I was nauseous that I would automatically come into these deep, slow breaths. Let's just sit here and breathe together. About 5 more breaths, deeply breathing in through the nose, exhaling through the nose. You can also open the mouth and release. And then throughout the class and maybe throughout your day, I invite you to imagine that we are creating space, okay? So eventually, you know, we're in our first trimesters, so it's a little early on, but eventually when the baby takes up more and more space, everything inside here has less room to do what it's supposed to do. So even now we begin to practice that just kind of visualization of creating space for the digestive system. No added pressure, no additional work for it to do since we're already thrown off with the additional hormones. So that might look like really nice posture, a really relaxed belly, deeply breathing, creating space. So these are some things to think about throughout your day. And of course, as well as nourishing your body with those foods that feel, you know, intuition-wise like best for you. That's a whole other thing. So begin to just imagine as we sit here tall, breathing, we're creating space. We're allowing room for the digestive system to do the work that it's supposed to do. And let's move into a butterfly. So we'll bring soles of the feet together and then knees drop. You can hang here if you're not touching the mat. You can also put your blocks here to support that gap. And then hands come to the ankles or shins. And then again, we come into our tallest posture that we can. Creating space here, the hips opening up, allowing space for the digestive system, the intestines, everything to just kind of breathe. 5 breaths here. And blink the eyes opened. We'll move into a hero's pose. So coming up to our knees. And you may be comfortable just with your shins, knees together, toes touching, resting back on the heels, or this is where you can use some of your props. And this might change as your pregnancy progresses. It did for me. I would come up higher and higher the more pregnant I got. So again, here we're just creating space for the digestive system, sitting up nice and tall, like someone's pulling you up towards the ceiling. And then let's inhale the arms overhead, grabbing opposite elbows. And I don't want you to effort here really, so just rest that on the head. Pulling up, diaphragm lifts up off of our stomach. And then we breathe 5 breaths. And then on an exhale, arms come back down. Inhale them up. We'll do that again, but just flip the arms. And again, 5 full breaths. Inhale, arms up again, and then exhale as you release. Now we're going to recline our hero's pose. So I'll turn sideways, and we're going to need some props. So I'm going to set my blocks up like so, one shorter and one taller, and then I'm going to take my bolster, line it up, play with the blocks, make sure that's nice and steady. And then you can sit kind of right at the edge of the bolster. You also might want to bring in a cushion here to put under your bum. So this is where you really play with it and get to know your body and what's really going to work for you. And again, this will continue to change as your pregnancy progresses. That felt like too much, so I'm going to try my blanket. Now, this can be quite intense, so that's why we're going to take it nice and easy. And if you are feeling it in your quads, you can simply hold here with your hands, fingertips facing forward, and then rest back. You can also keep adding pillows here. I'm going to add my cushion for my head. But again, the idea is, ooh, perfect. The idea is that we're creating space and releasing any tension in this front body area, the space of our digestive system, letting everything open, breathe, let oxygen flow there, let the blood flow there. Relieving any unnecessary tension on the area as it's already overworking. And then as you're here, if you need to adjust, feel free, and then just find stillness again. There we go. And we'll hold here for 10 breaths together. But really, if you find any of these postures that you love and it's helping you, hold it for as long as you want. You might come here into this reclined heroes and hold this for 10 minutes. And then after 10 breaths, let's use our hands to slowly push up and come out. And do everything nice and slow. You could be dizzy too. Again, the nausea, we're not in a hurry. We're not in a rush. And then let's set our props off to the side. Join me in tabletop. And another thing we can do is very gently massage the digestive system. So we'll take a gentle cat-cow and just really focus on the sensations in the belly area and the core, not so much the spine. We tend to talk about the spine when we're in this posture, but inhale, and as you drop the belly, imagine that everything in that area is stretching out, creating room, creating space. And then as you exhale and you're pulling the belly in, imagine that this tension right here is massaging and relaxing the digestive system, allowing everything to flow, everything to digest appropriately and correctly. And take it nice and slow with this focus on our bellies. And then after about 5, come to neutral. And then you might need to step your hands forward a little and wider. We're bringing the right foot in between the hands. And then actually just pausing here in this low lunge position. So pay attention to the sensation happening when you pull this hip in. So again, we're massaging parts of our digestive system here. And you might even try a couple of hip circles, maybe in one direction, maybe in the other. Again, focusing all attention on the digestive system, the stomach. There's lots of sensations going on in different areas of the body, but you can actually shift an entire yoga practice. You could do the same flow, but focus on different areas, right? And make it an entirely different practice. Let's rest that knee back down, left side. So this is a very easy lunge. You see I've got 90-degree angles here in all hips, knees. Just focusing again on that massaging feeling. This is another great place where if this is a bit much, you can always bring blocks for a little bit of an easier massage and bend here. And then release back, finding another cat-cow if you wish. And if you're comfortable and not too nauseated, please, let's lie down together. Otherwise, you can just remain in a seat and take some breaths. Maybe you like that hero's pose, you could go back to that. But lying on our backs with our feet planted, let's extend the left foot forward and long. And then the right knee, wind relieving pose, yes, comes into the chest. And again, just do some hip circles. Similar sensation to what we were just doing with the low lunge, but with our focus on the digestive system, really just noticing sensations that this wind relieving pose brings to us. Keep breathing. And let's switch, extending the right foot out, bending the left knee into the chest, allowing the leg and the belly here to meet. Massaging, relaxing, maybe stimulating. Who knows, your digestive system can need a little bit of all of it or need relaxation one day, stimulation the next day. Constipation is also a thing, heartburn. There's a lot that goes on in the digestive system during pregnancy. And then extending left leg back out. And then our final posture before a quick Shavasana is waterfall or legs up the wall. Again, if you're feeling too nauseated lying down, please just take a seated meditation and really focus on your breath and bringing oxygen to the digestive system. So for legs up the wall, you can do it just straight on the mat or a block or a bolster. I choose bolster, so I'm going to bring this right under my sacrum. So upper butt, lower back, and then let my legs rest up. Now, if you have a wall, you can absolutely do legs up the wall and let your legs completely relax up against the wall. Otherwise, this has the same relaxing effect as we're letting blood flow. All inversions let blood flow up into our torso, where all of our organs are, right? All the way into our head. So we're letting blood flow into, again, imagining it's flowing into the digestive system, bringing oxygen, bringing all the nutrients, everything that it needs to optimally function. And we'll hold here about 10 breaths together. And if you found a wall, let's bring the legs down and find your mat again. If you're doing waterfall like me without the wall, you can just bring your legs down. We're in a lifted bridge. And then slowly transition yourself into the Shavasana of your choice. Again, you might be seated due to dizziness or nausea lying down, and that is fine. You could also sit up against a wall just for extra support. I love a bolster under my knees during Shavasana, so I'm going to find that. And I invite you to rest the hands on the solar plexus, this digestive center of our bodies. And again, bring attention back to the breath. And then bring our attention to the purpose of all of these different sensations that we have during pregnancy. You may be thinking, how does all-day nausea have a good purpose? I don't know that it does, but it helps me to be positive and be grateful for the things that are not so joyful about pregnancy. The main thing, keeping in mind that I am bringing a new soul into this earth plane, My body is going through all of these amazing changes, and that plenty of women have survived this before me. And I am powerful, and I can do this. I'll leave you to rest here in a few more minutes of silent meditation. Enjoy your Shavasana. Let's begin to bring our bodies and our awareness back into this present moment, into this space together. Slowly wiggling fingers, then toes, then ankles and wrists, knees and elbows. Taking a big stretch. Come over to your side and slowly come up to a seat. Let's close out the class together with one Om. Thank you so much for joining me for this prenatal class for nausea. I hope you feel better. I hope you feel better soon. And I'll hopefully see you here next week. If there's anything I can create for you, any classes, anything that's troubling you in your pregnancy, whether it be emotional, right, hormonal, or just ailments in your body, please let me know. I want to know how you're doing. I want to hear how you're doing. I'm so excited for you and your new baby. I just love pregnancy. I get so excited for everybody and their babies. So go ahead and subscribe, and then I will see you next week. Bye.